And it's regarding the niqab.
The niqab.
Yes, and it is basically a head scarf that
fully covers you except for the
eyes. And a Muslim woman who is taking French classes in Quebec has been kicked out of the classes twice because she's wearing the niqab and refuses to take it off. So we have a video report about this. Let's watch the video and we'll talk about it a little bit.
Stage the thinking was. Terry Mosher, the cartoonist known as Aislinn, has been making editorial comments about the niqab since the controversy began. But this one, he says, was different.
But then yesterday, I began to look at it seriously. I said, how do I feel about this? How do I really genuinely feel about this?
The answer to that question appeared this morning in the Montreal Gazette.
I thought I want a really strong cartoon that jumps, and it does that.
For weeks, this story has been raging on the front pages and in editorial sections of Quebec newspapers and in the media. It began when Naima Atif Ahmed made a formal complaint to the Quebec Human Rights Commission. She says last fall she was kicked out of a French class at this college because she refused to remove her full-face niqab. During this exclusive CBC interview, Ahmed said she felt her rights had been violated. I felt that I was very humiliated, that I was not human, and that I had no rights. And now Ahmed has been kicked out of another French course. When the college went to the Ministry of Immigration for advice, the ministry told the school students' faces must be uncovered in French language courses. This week, the minister, Yolande James, says the province is considering whether to legislate against the wearing of the niqab when receiving public services.
The debate within society to try to advance the idea that we should legislate how the nations will dress and to get involved in the wardrobe of the nation is a very serious debate.
But on the issue of wearing the niqab, Salam El-Manawi with the Montreal Muslim Council says he has actually advised a woman in the past in the same position not to take a complaint to the Human Rights Commission. The wearing of the niqab is controversial even within the Quebec Muslim community itself. Amanda Pfeffer, CBC News, Montreal.
Montreal. So that that minister, the black woman in the piece there, like she was smiling in the setup to the thing. You're like, oh, no, no, no. And then she started speaking French, and you were like getting yelled at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it was a kind of a turn on. But she was so like, I mean, I don't speak French. Whatever she was saying, though, like I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it. Just stop yelling at me. So I never heard of the niqab.
Right. I hadn't heard of it either, but I mean, it's obviously similar to other headdresses. Burqa, yeah. Cenk and I have discussed this story a couple times on the show before, and both of us agree that it shouldn't really be up to the government to ban something like this. It doesn't make any sense. I'm all for choice. And if she chooses that she wants to wear the niqab, then go ahead. It's really her business.
No, of course. I mean, I think her friend should tell her, you look ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And take it off. And interesting that even the cleric, for lack of a better word, says, look, we're even divided on whether this is the way to go, and he had advised other people not to take it to the ministry to file an official complaint, but at the same time, government probably ought not get into this regulation. Yeah, obviously she should wear it. What, you can't learn French in a niqab?
Right.
I mean, of course you can.
Now, the only problem that it caused in a educational environment is the teacher was complaining that she couldn't understand the woman. You know, the headdress was covering her face and her mouth, and there was a communication issue. That I could understand.
Yeah, it sounds like crap.
Yeah, but there are ways around that. She could either speak louder. It's not that difficult. I feel like they're targeting a specific group of people, and they really shouldn't do it. It's not necessary. It's not bothering anyone. They have the choice to wear it. If they want to wear it, let them do it. It's their choice. Yeah. Their life.
She doesn't seem like she'd be a great classmate. But she doesn't seem like she'd be up for a guest spot on Community. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. I'd love to see that French minister again, the transition from
smiley, happy, sweet.
Smiley to massively hostile bossiness was really, I thought, was really what struck me about the piece now both times that I saw it. Mm-hmm. Like back it up a little bit. See, look, like, oh, and then we hear her.
when receiving public services.
De la personne lorsque les gens veulent assister au cours de français. Il n'y a pas de compromis
Look at
là-dessus.
that, yeah, like the one and the head move, and you're like, whoa, man, she is in charge. But that little before, you're like,
she even tilts her head a little bit.
like
You know, like that angelic little tilt.
oh, she's like, of course, no, that sounds, I'd love to get coffee with you. And then all of a sudden, she's screaming at you.
And then afterwards,
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
take you to my room.
Oh, that would be fantastic, but it doesn't even seem like that.